Good afternoon, guys. I'm trying to answer some of the questions. Thank you very much, Sipe. I'm trying to answer some of the questions some of you sent to me privately concerning the assignment before we continue. And I want to share a case study with you of a topic that we have been using as an example. So we call it working title, or we call it a topic. So here we have factors affecting grade 12 learners mathematics achievement in Dansanin Education District. Like I told you in the last class, that your topic must have three features. Your topic must have the phenomenon. Your topic must have the participant. And your topic must have the site. So when you look at a topic like this, the phenomenon is mathematics achievement. That's the focus. That's the issue. Why the participants are grade 12 learners. Then the location, which is the site, is in Dansanin Education District. So when you look at the assignment that I gave you, I said, give me your working title. Give me your working title. And your working title, which is your topic, must have those three phenomena. When your working title has those three phenomena and is very correct, you get the full 5 marks there. Now, I now ask you to develop 3 to 5 sub-research questions. 3 to 5 sub-research questions, meaning that if you develop 3 sub-research questions and they are correct, you got 6. If you develop 5 sub-research questions and they are correct, you got 10. And the maximum number is maximum marks is 10. Minimum is 6. Please take note. Now, let me take you to sub-research questions of this topic. The sub-research questions of these topics is what I'm showing to you now. Now, like I told you, when you turn your working title into a question, it becomes main research question. There's nothing like main research questions. It's only one. When you turn your topic into a question, when you turn your working title into a question, it becomes main research question, which I use MR key, but I did not ask you that in the assignment. Now, look at the sub-research questions that was asked in the question number 2 of the assignment. Here I have 4. So if these 4 are correct, which are correct, that's 8/10 there. So the first sub-research questions I have there is, how do the teaching strategies affect grade 12 mathematics achievement? How do the teaching strategies affect grade 12 mathematics achievement? That's number 1. Number 2 sub-research question, why do the learners fail mathematics? Why do the learners fail mathematics? Number 3, what are the challenges facing the teaching of mathematics? What are the challenges facing the teaching of mathematics? And number 4, how do the content of the curriculum affect mathematics achievement? How do the content of the curriculum affect mathematics achievement? I told you in the last class the importance of sub-research question, which I want you to jot it down again now. The importance of sub-research questions. I have 5 or 6 points for you. The importance of sub-research questions. Number 1, you use sub-research questions to answer the main research question. You use sub-research questions to answer the main research question. Number 2, Thank you, Leletu. Number 2, your sub-research questions must not be a duplicate of your main research question. Your sub-research questions are not repetitive, or you are not repeating your main research question, because you cannot use question to answer question. So that is why I said, number 1, you use your sub-research questions to answer main research question. Number 2, there should be no repetition of main research question inside your sub-research questions. So when you look at some main research questions here, what are the factors affecting grade 12 learners' mathematics achievement? And when you look at all the 4 sub-research questions, none of them talk about the factors affecting grade 12 learners. Rather, the owner of this topic has read literature and have seen some of the things literature said that can affect mathematics achievement. There can be more than 20. Then when you read the literature, at least 4 articles, and you see many points the writers of the articles are mentioning, and you see some of them are silent about some point. So those points that they are silent about will make your own sub-research questions to be able to contribute to the body of new knowledge. Because if you are repeating what everybody is repeating, maybe, or what everybody has said in the articles, you are not contributing to the new body of knowledge. Take, for instance, all the 4 articles you are reading tells us that student phobia for mathematics, tells us that environment of the school, tells us that teacher qualification in mathematics, tells us, if all of them says that, you may not necessarily pick any one of them. But out of 4 articles, 3 of them said the same thing, 1 said something unique. So you pick that something that is unique and make it your own sub-research questions. You see, I gave you an example the last class when I was looking at parental involvement in their children's education. Parental involvement. So when you read an article or read articles, about 4 of them that talk about parental involvement, what the 4 articles did not pronounce very well, what is not common to the 4 articles that perhaps is common to 3 or 2, but it's not common to all the 4 articles, those are to be your sub-research questions to use to answer the main research question. Then we listed some in the last class. We mentioned some. So maybe taking your child to school, assisting your child with homework, then attending PTA meeting or any meeting, encourage extracurricular activities, and so on and so forth. So look at what is not common to the 4 articles you are reading at your stage. Because at master stage, you read 6 articles. At PhD stage, you read 10 articles. So you look at this. So number 3, importance of sub-research question is that from sub-research questions, you get your literature review. From sub-research questions, you get your literature review, which I will explain later. From sub-research questions, you get your literature review. And number 4, from your sub-research questions, you get the theme for qualitative when you are analyzing, or the heading for quantitative when you are analyzing. I repeat, from sub-research questions, you get the theme for what? For qualitative. You know, you use thematic approach, isn't it? You transcribe, you code, you sort. Then you use it as heading for quantitative. Another point is that your sub-research question determine your instrument. Your sub-research questions determines your instrument. Your sub-research questions determine your instruments. That is, what are the instruments that is common? Interview guide for qualitative and questionnaire for what? For quantitative. For quantitative. So these are the 5 or 6 reasons why we need to have good sub-research questions. Why we need to have good sub-research questions. Now, I've gotten 4 here. So, and you can see them here. Now, when you write it like that, you got 8/10 there. If you write 3 that is very good, 6/10. If you write 5 that are very good, 10/10 for that. But make sure you write something good. And who can tell me, who can unmute Sisipo, please take note of, because I want to give marks now for participation. Who can tell me from these 4 sub-research questions, what do you think is the approach for this study? What do you think is the approach for this study? What do you think is the approach for this study? Don't type it, unmute and talk. Otherwise, if I have to read what you are typing, I have to go back to the chat again. I have to go back to the chat, go back to the slides. So, yes, somebody to unmute. From the 4 sub-research questions, what is the research approach this candidate is going to use and why? That's 4 marks for that person. Sisipo, are you there? Sisipo, talk to me. Yes, please raise up your hands if you want to talk. Then I give you the floor. Your student number, who is that? Who is talking there?
I'm attending the Batoli Fellowship.
Okay. Are you want to answer the question for what? Okay, is there anybody who wanted to answer the question? Sisipo.
2018.
Sisipo, I asked you to speak.
Yes, bro. Qualitative.
Hi, Doc.
Yes.
I think the researcher is going to use qualitative approach.
And why?
Because under qualitative approach, the researcher asks questions under each heading.
You are using 2 devices there, either your phone and laptop. Mute them. Mute them. Then you need to tell me your student number before you talk.
It's
So, let's go again. Who is speaking now?
Zizi Pokebe.
Sisipo, yes. Your student number?
My student number is 224.
Yes.
064831.
Okay. Sisipo, please take note. Yes, go ahead. Answer the question.
I think the researcher is going to use qualitative approach.
Yes, why?
Because under qualitative approach, the researcher asks questions under each heading.
Ask questions. What of under quantitative? Under quantitative, you ask question too.
Under quantitative, the researcher asks a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 under each theme.
Thank you very much. I give you 2 marks there for the first answer. The second answer is wrong. There's no limitation to how many questions you are asking or how many questions you are answering in research. There's no limitation. So it's qualitative. Sisipo, give your namesake 2 marks there. Any other person wanted to collect the remaining 2 marks? Raise up your hands and unmute yourself. Why is this question before you now? Why is it
Hello.
qualitative? Yes.
Amashentontwana 2018
Yes.
066
Yes.
74.
Yes. Sisifo, take
The
note.
researcher is using in qualitative approach because the researcher is asking questions what, why, and how.
Thank you very much. Give her the remaining 2 marks. Because in this research question, please mute yourself. I'm okay with the answers. In these sub-research questions, there are a lot of how and why there. Only one what. So when you are doing qualitative study, we want you to ask questions of why and how. Why and how. Let there be questions on why and how. And when you look at it now, there are a lot of questions on why and how. That is that. So number 3 assignment is talking that you should develop a literature review from your sub-research question. And the answer to that is what you've seen in the red color there. The red color is the literature review generated from the sub-research questions. Is the literature review generated from the sub-research questions. That is from the sub-research question 1. How do the teaching strategies affect grade 12 mathematics achievement? The answer is, the literature review is teaching strategies and grade 12 mathematics achievement. That is what you need to review. But I'm not asking you to go and cite people now. I'm just asking you to write it out like that. So it's not time for you to cite now. But I'm just asking you to write it down. Write it down like that. So all the 4 red colors under each sub-research question, they are the literature review. Look at number 2. Why do the learners fail mathematics? The literature review there is learners' failure rate in mathematics. Look at number 3. What are the challenges facing the teaching of mathematics? The literature there is challenges facing the teaching of mathematics. And look at number 4. How do the content of the curriculum affect mathematics achievement? Then the literature review is content of the curriculum and mathematics achievement. So those 4 red color, they answer question 3 of the assignment. So that is why I said question 1, 2, and 3 is maximum of 1 page. Because I said everything should be maximum of 3 pages. So question 1, 2, and 3 should be maximum of 1 page. Then question 4 can take another 1 or 1.5 pages. So making the maximum of 4 pages for the assignment. You typeset it times New Romans 1.5 space size 12 times New Roman 1.5 space size 12. If you like, you use the first page as your cover page and the remaining 2 pages to answer the question. Or if you like, you just put your student number and your name and start. But make sure you do what? You put a correct student number there. You put correct student number there. So that settles the assignment 3. So assignment 4, number 4 of the assignment is where there is 25 marks that you need to listen to me. Then I said, develop your instrument from the sub-research questions as a team for qualitative or heading for quantitative. Under each team or heading, generate 4 to 5 questions. Generate 4 to 5 questions. So I'm taking quantitative first. That is the heading. From these 4 red color, I'm going to generate questionnaire or interview guide from it. So that shows the importance of sub-research questions. That shows the importance of sub-research questions. I'm going to generate questionnaire or interview guide from it. That shows the importance. That is the importance. So look at the next slide now. For heading, which is for quantitative. So it will become my headings. Those four colors will become my headings. And it will become my theme on qualitative. But for now, it is my heading on quantitative. And look at number 1, teaching strategies and grade 12 mathematics achievement. Bavuyize Jabani, do you want to ask question?
Oh, sorry, Prof. I pressed it by mistake.
No problem. I will still allow many questions, please. So when you look at this slide, you see I'm talking about quantitative now, and you are using questionnaire with response scale. We call it modified Likert responses scale. Strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. These are modified Likert scale of responses. You may use frequently, rarely, seldomly. You may use always, not always, rarely. You see, it depends on you. But don't use yes or no. Don't use true or false. So don't use yes or no. Don't use true or false. However, if somebody ticks strongly agree and another person tick agree, both of them are positive. If somebody ticks disagree and strongly disagree, both of them are negative. So you can put numbers. Strongly agree is 4, agree is 3, disagree is 2, and strongly disagree is 1. So strongly agree and agree will give you 7. Disagree and strongly disagree will give you 3, making 10. So when you calculate it, you can base it on percentage when you're analyzing. Then you'll be able to interpret your analysis. That one will be done when you get to next year, because here you are just writing a proposal. You are not analyzing. So look at the questions I generated from each heading. I said minimum of 4 and maximum of 5. But here I have 3 in 1, 2, 2, 2. So I'm yet to complete it. But I'm just using it as an example. Yes. Okay, no problem. I'm just using it as an example. So the first literature review, that is, colleagues, listen to this. That means that from your literature review, you can generate your search instrument. From your sub-research instrument, you generate literature review. From literature review, you generate research instrument, questionnaire, or interview guide. Now, that means to say that I'm very right to say that from my literature review, I have my instrument. I'm also very right to say from my sub-research questions, I have my instrument. Take note of that. Take note of that. So if B comes from A and C comes from B, that means C can come from A. You got it now? Take for instance, I'm a grandfather. I have a son, and my son has a daughter. So I'm very correct to say my son's daughter is my daughter without saying it's my granddaughter. So my son also is correct to say that lady is his daughter. And my daughter can say this, I'm his father, I'm her father, rather than I'm her grandfather. So if we generate literature review from sub-research questions and generate instrument from literature review, that means instrument can come from sub-research questions. Please take note of that. So I have 3 questions there. You could see that under the quantitative, those questions in black color there, I mean those items, we call it items. They are not interview guide. We call it items. Those items are not ended up with what? With question mark, because this is a quantitative and the answers are there. Strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. So I generated 3 questions 3 items on number 1 heading, 2 items on number 2 headings, 2 items on number 3 headings, and 2 items on the 4th heading. So that is what you are asked to do. So if you write this for me and it's very correct, so out of 25 marks, you are getting what? You are getting 12. You are getting 12 over 25 because you gave me 12 questions instead of what? Instead of giving me 15 or more than that. Instead of giving me 25 questions, you gave me 12 questions. So if peradventure I have 5 questions under each and I have 4 sub-research questions, I have 20 over 25. So take note of the marks and take note of what can allow you to generate good marks. However, it's only when your sub-research questions are correct that your heading will be correct, that your items under each heading will be correct. Take note of that. So once you miss it out from your sub-research question, you may not be able to get good marks in your literature or your what? Your items under the heading. So that is concerning quantitative. Now, let me take you to qualitative now. In qualitative, we make use of interview guide in form of question. So the next slide is talking about qualitative. That's the theme. So you don't call it heading, you call it the theme. So look at the theme 1 now. Can you see that inside this slide, there is no strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. It's not there. What is there is just the question. What is there is the what? Is the question. So how does the cooperative method promote mathematics achievement under Team 1? You know, Team 1 is teaching strategy and grade 12 mathematics achievement. So I turned those questions in quantitative to interview questions here. So I have the same thing. That's just the same thing. So those are what I asked you to do in the assignment. So I will now try to listen to your questions and listen to your topic one after the other so that we'll be able to be on the same page. So I've been able to tell you what the assignment is all about. And I said it in the beginning of the class. For those of you who are joining late, ask your question at this platform. Don't send WhatsApp or email to me to ask questions or to tell me to look at your topic. Bring your topic to this class. Show me your topic now if you are not sure of it. If you are sure of it, definitely it will be a good topic. I've given you the slides of the proposal. I've given you the where you can get your topics, how you can get your topics, and what is your topic. Where you can get your topic, I gave you about 7 bullets. How you can get your topic, I said you should read 4 articles, you see, and so on. So please, it's now high time for you to ask questions. So this is also on your blackboard. You can still go back to it and look at it. Then I will see if I can put the recording, this recording on the YouTube. You can listen to it for those who are not in class to assist you. So let's go to your questions now. Question and answer, please. Let's go to your question and answer. Yes, I'm waiting for your question, especially about the topic. Go ahead. You can type it on the chat. You can as well unmute and say it.
Okay. Good evening.
Go ahead.
No, I have a question on the previous. Yes, on the previous slide, you asked if which approach are we using in this case study? And it was responded that it's a quantitative approach. But now in this second slide, I could see that you are able to generate those instruments under the quantitative. Is it possible on the same research question to use the qualitative and the quantitative?
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. So it's good for you to use. Sorry, my neighbor has a load shedding. We have load shedding and they're using generator. So I have to move to the room. I leave my lunch to move to the room. So it's very impossible. But what is possible is that you need to make sure that you are consistent. When you are using qualitative, use all the qualitative. Look at the slide I'm showing to you here. Look at all the questions under the qualitative. How, why, how, why, how, why, how. That is for qualitative. So don't mix it up. Use qualitative question for question, which is the why and how. Then use quantitative, which is what. Though you can use why and how under quantitative, but you can't use what too much under qualitative. Any other question?
Good afternoon, Prof.
Yes.
I wanted to ask about the slide that we are on right now. I see that there are questions. Do we have to answer those questions? We create our questions. Do we have to answer them, or we write only questions?
Just write it out. Don't answer them. Look, these
we
are
only
the
write
questions.
questions.
These are the questions you are going to ask when you are in the next year. When you are in year 2.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Yes. These are the questions you take to the field to collect data, but don't answer it. Just write it out like that. So, another question. Somebody wrote his topic or a topic. Lupo, factors affecting the teaching of English as a second language in South Africa schools. Is it a qualitative or quantitative? You can use both. This can be qualitative and quantitative, but the topic is not telling us the sample. And the topic is only telling us South Africa. South African schools are too broad. So you can limit it to maybe Amotole West, Buffalo, BCCM, or Local 660, or any of those limited to that area, limited to some area. Is that okay, Willem? So you can use quality, you can use quantity, depending on how you answer, how you ask the question. If that, so but the topic is lacking the participant. Teaching of English as a second language to who? To which grade? Then in South Africa schools is very broad. You cannot cover everything. Yes, Obisonya, please. Ask your question.
Good afternoon, Prof.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. I wanted to know whether my topic is the right one. The title is the implementation of learners' progression policy and its effect on matric results at our senior secondary school in rural Buffalo City metropolitan.
If you only you can write it, but if you can write it, fine. While I'm explaining it, it's too broad. It's too broad because progression policy to grade 12. No, you can use grade 11 or lower grade, and because your scope in East London covers foundation and intermediate phase, so maybe you use intermediate phase grade 4 to 12. It's nothing restricted to use grade 7 to 9. That could be better rather than to use FET, which is grade 10 to 12. So bring it down, then narrow it down again. Then if you can type it out, it can still be very important. I mean, very useful if you can type it out. Yes, if you can type it out.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Please. Next person, next question, please.
Prof, I would like to hear your comment on my topic.
Where is it? Okay, thank you very much. Using ICT, right? Using ICT to improve. Okay, let me comment on this topic first.
Okay.
Using ICT to improve teaching and learning of tourism in grade 12 at BCM area. Very good topic. Very good topic. You may not say using. You can say exploring or investigating the use of ICT to improve. You get it now? Simkita. So, but we have the school Amatole West. Then we have the grade 12 there. Sorry, we have the grade 12 there. We have the BCM as well. So those are complete topic. But rather than using, you can do implementation or IC, or can even go straight to say ICT and its improvement in teaching and learning of tourism in grade 12, because the word using, investigation, exploring, they are subsumed under every research topic. Thank you for that, Zimskata. So, and in this way, the implementation of inclusive education in multi-grade class in rural schools. So limit them. Listen, guys, if you are doing qualitative, we want to see in two selected school or in a selected school if you are doing qualitative. But if you are doing quantitative, you can say in some selected schools. But if you are doing qualitative, we want you to use maximum of 2 schools, if not 1. So, and then let's see where we can have the implementation of inclusive education in multi-grade class. What are the multi-grade class? Be specific. In a selected school in Amatole West. But if you are doing quantitative, you can say in selected schools in Amatole. But you still need to limit it to multi-grade class. So let's see what is multi-grade class. What class is multi-grade class? Next person. Yes, the implementation of learners progression policy, and its effect on intermediate phase on secondary school in rural Buffalo. Olufemi, what is your approach here? Quality or quantity? It's obvious that this is quantity because we have its effect. This is quantity. Am I correct, Olufemi? Please answer me.
Yes, sir. It's quantitative, sir.
Good. Now, let's just say the implementation of learners progression policy on just don't say an its effect. It is the study will show you whether it has effect or not. The implementation of as you are talking, people are let me bring it down to read again. The implementation of learners progression policy on intermediate phase. Yes, intermediate phase. Since it's quantitative, you can use 2 intermediate phase. You see, that is grades 5 and 6 is okay, but remove its effect on intermediate phase. You can say the implementation of learners progression policy on grade 4 and 5. Progression policy on grade 4 and 5 learners in senior secondary school. But you can't pick alone since you are doing quantitative in some selected schools in rural Buffalo City, in some selected school. Then specify the intermediate phase you are talking about. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So vuyo is the meaning. Factor of the new education. Write it properly. Something is missing there. factor of the new education curricula on grade 7 write it properly and resend it. Let me go to the next question. How do early, your topic cannot be in form of a question, Ziyanda. How do early exposure to English FAL learner impact? No, it cannot be in form of a question. And when you use the word impact, it's pure quantitative. And I'm sure you don't want to do quantitative. Write another one. And that learner, you said challenges affecting grade 4 teachers in learners' reading ability. Good, but don't say challenges, say factors, because you are yet to know whether there are challenges or not. Factors affecting grade 4 teachers, use educators, since you are using learners. Factors affecting grade 4 educators, grade 4 educators in learners' reading ability in English first additional language is okay. We allow you to use EFAL, is acceptable to abbreviate, to use acronyms. Otherwise, in some other topic, you write it in full. That is concerning that learner. Then can you see benefit and challenges? Just take them away. The body of the word will tell us whether there is benefit and challenges. So just say the integration of ICT in grade 4 classroom activities in a selected rural school. If it is a quality in a selected school, if it is a quantity in some selected school. Can you see? I believe that is clear. Then the impact of parental involvement in grade 4. Remove the impact. Just write parental involvement in grade 4 academic performance in Dutua CMC. Remove the impact, because if you want to do quantity, you can still remove the impact, but you can use the effect, or just say effect. Remove the, just if you want to do quantity, the effect of parental involvement in grade 4 academic performance. Excellent. So that is that. Tandokazi, is that okay? This is a quantitative. It's quantitative. Then Tlikani, educators' perceptions on the use of concrete apparatus when teaching mathematics in the foundation phase in Intansani. Wonderful. Just make sure that if it is, this is qualitative, because you are doing educator perception. However, give us the foundation phase you want. Pick grade 3. Pick grade 3. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to speak English language to them. Just say educators' perceptions on the use of concrete apparatus when teaching mathematics in grade 3 classes in Imdansani Township. That is concerning that. Then Younger, the effect of teenage pregnancy on academic performance in one secondary school. By the time you say one secondary school, you want to do qualitative, I think. So if you want to do qualitative, let us see who is your sample. If your sample are students, just say learners' perception. If your samples are educators, say educators' perceptions of teenage pregnancy on academic performance, blah, blah, like that. Is that clear? Younger, is that clear to you? Then to Benkani, understanding teacher prepared. I believe with this, everybody be learning now. That's why I say you bring your question to class. Understanding teachers' preparedness, training, and attitude toward what is IE? What is IE in regular schools in BCM? What is IE? Write it in
inclusive education.
Inclusive education, okay. Inclusive education. Then good that but you cannot combine three things together: preparedness, training, and attitude. So all this training and attitude will form your sub-research question. Just say understanding teachers' preparedness towards inclusive education in regular school. So if it is qualitative, what level of teachers you are talking about? Otherwise, change it to grade 4 educators' preparedness towards inclusive education in regular schools in BCCM East London. So use that one. Then Misa, okay, you have problem with network. What question is under quantitative, not qualitative? What question is under quantitative? Then the master, the impact. I don't know why you all see the impact, Even at master's and PhD level, you don't use the impact because you use impact analysis. It's very broad. It's a big topic. It's a big analysis. So rather say effect. And whenever you say effect, you are doing quantitative. So just say effect of grading on academic performance on grade 5 and 6 learners' academic performance in literacy and mathematics. Number 1, limit it to one subject, either literacy or mathematics. And I've told you to specialize. It says the master, if you want to specialize in maths education, pick maths. If you want to specialize in language education, pick literacy. So then, if it is also qualitative, limit it to grade one of the grades, either grade 5 or grade 6. Don't let it be too broad because we want to see the in-depth. That's why we call it qualitative. Now, Carol, the impact, remove the impact. You see the effect, or remove the impact, effect of discipline. Don't say whether it's poor or good or bad discipline. Effect of discipline on educators' productivity. Then, if it were to be qualitative, just say who is your sample. If your sample is principal, you can use principal's perception of the effect of discipline on educators' productivity in a selected school in BCM. So narrow it down like that. So don't tell us whether it's poor or it's not, it's good. The study will tell us whether it's good or not. And who discipline educators? I think it's the principal or the head of department. So it's either you pick the leadership perception on discipline towards educators' productivity. So take note on that. I will still ask you to talk. Let me finish with this topic. Benati, the impact, I don't know where all of you see impact. The impact of infrastructure on the performance of learners in Namotele. Number 1, which type of learners? Then remove impact. This is quantitative. Effect of infrastructure on yes, because it's infrastructure, you may not limit to particular learners because infrastructure combines everything together. Just the effect of infrastructure on learners' performance in Amatole West. So in selected schools in Amatole West, in selected schools. So you can look at 5 schools in Amatole and see what infrastructure, but at the same time, under your sub-research questions, you will use different type of infrastructure to answer this topic. You use different type of infrastructure, maybe football and sport field, maybe the location, maybe good road, maybe electricity, maybe so you use it. If it is quantitative now, what are the effects of electricity? Then, or the use of overhead projector. So you look at that one. Then Zovio, factors of the. I asked you to rewrite this question, Zovio. You are still writing the same thing. Factors of the new education. I don't understand that. Write another one. Zovio, write another one. Sipe, examining perception of grade 5 educators on the relationship between classroom climate and discipline in what? Tell us the site and remove examining. Just the perceptions of grade 5 educators on the relationship between classroom climate and discipline in Amatole West. Then Lusanda, factors affecting grade 12 learners' performance in accounting at ABCI school. Excellent. No correction there. Excellent. Because ABCI school, but you can make it more proper by adding the location there, the site. Where is ABC High School? Where is it located? You can add it to make it excellent topic. Lucize. Poor infrastructure affecting learners and teaching in Oaltambo Costa, Taka, GSS. It depends on what you want to do. One, to answer the last question, either quality or quantity. Then you are not assuming, don't say poor infrastructure. You can do the same thing with the last person that was talking about infrastructure. The one I've just said now. So don't say poor or good or bad. You see, infrastructure affecting learning and teaching. Who are your samples? Lucize, who are your samples? Who are your samples?
Learners and teachers.
Learners and teachers. Okay, that means you can say learners and educators' perceptions of infrastructure, on how infrastructure affects teaching and learning. How infrastructure affects teaching and learning. How infrastructure affects teaching and learning. You can look at that. You see? So, or you said that if you wanted to do quantitative, the effect of infrastructure on teaching and learning in Oaltambo Costa and so on and so forth. Look at that. Then MISA, educators' perspective regarding grade 3 learners EFAL acquisition in Imdansani school. That is okay. That's qualitative. So Mila, the effect of sexual activities of teachers with grade 12 learners in 4th B4. Yes, it's also good, but this will be good for quantitative. Quantitative, just write some sexual activities as your sub-research question to answer this. What are these sexual activities? So you can put sexual activities. What are they? Is it harassment? Is it So you use it to unpack this topic. Then challenges experienced by grade 4 learners and teachers in teaching what some. Yeah. Who are your sample here? Filani, who are your sample? If your samples are educators and you want to use qualitative, give us educators' experience. Educators' experience of grade 4 learners and teachers in teaching what some. Or, because when you say challenges, it shows that you have assumed that there are challenges already. So it shows that you have assumed there are challenges already. Or just say experience of grade 4 learners and teachers in teaching what some. Then give us the location there. Just give us the location that settles it. Experience of grade 4 learners and teachers challenges in teaching what some. In where? Tell us the site. That's all. Dealing with gifted children in mathematics in grade 4 in 2 schools. Dealing with gifted children. There's no problem there. You have not shown your phenomenon in that topic. You see, Steleki, you have not shown us problem in that topic. You have not shown us problem in that topic. So when you are dealing with gifted, yes, go ahead.
So I was asking teachers, how do they deal with gifted children in mathematics? Because you see, some of the children, you just give them a maths work there, they finish immediately within 2 minutes. So how do they they deal with those type of kids? So how can I put it, Prof?
Okay. No, it's good that like I said, before you come with a topic, you need to identify the problem. So from your problem now, you need to rephrase this topic. You see, so you can just tell us that educators' experience of gifted children during the teaching of mathematics. So under your sub-research question, you'll now be telling us how to answer that problem. So that is what I'm trying to say. So educators' experience in dealing with gifted children during the teaching of mathematics in Imdansani Education District. See, so is that okay with you?
Yeah, yes, bro.
Good,
Because I
good.
just wanted to, how do they deal with
Yes.
those type of children? Their
Yes.
experience.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it. Educators' experience.
So it's educators' experience of gifted children in mathematics.
Yes. Good. Experience of gifted children in mathematics teaching and learning.
Okay.
Because you can only experience them when you teach them and when they learn, when they give you feedback. In grade 4, in a selected school, just one school, in a selected school. So colleagues, before I move on, well, you just need to, when you get to year 2, I will not just say that because I want to tell you, okay, you need to even write it in your proposal. It's expected for you to take minimum of 8 samples and maximum of 15 for qualitative. But for quantitative, you can take 100, 120, 500 students or learners or educators because you are going to give them questionnaire and that's all. So, but for educators, for qualitative, please, minimum of 8 and maximum of 15 for now. For those people you will refer to when you are writing your sample and sampling techniques under your proposal. Let's go ahead. Factors affecting.
Okay, Prof. So
yeah.
Mine with the educator's experience of gifted children in mathematics, is it qualitative or can be quantitative?
Yeah,
qualitative.
When you say experience, you don't measure experience by quantitative. You measure experience by qualitative.
Qualitative. All right.
And you look at 8 to 15 educators. You ask them questions. You develop the questions like what you are seeing on your slide now. You see, like what is shown on your platform now that I'm sharing. Look at that.
Okay.
Alongile. Factors affecting grade 4 learners' achievement in English FAL in Imdansani Education District. Excellent. No problem with that. You can use quality or quantity for that or mixed method. There's no problem. Alungile. And Glovo. Investigate ways which early exposure to English FAL in foundation phase can improve learners' performance. No. English FAL in foundation. So, in Global Siyanda, who are your sample? Who do you want to ask question from? Learners or educators?
Learners, Prof.
Learners, okay. So, you want to know the exposure to English FAL. Just the learners' exposure to English FAL. We know that in foundation phase, specify the grade. Grade 3 is most suitable for foundation phase. Grade 3 learners' exposure to English FAL and how it improves their performance in Amatole or anywhere you want to choose. Is that okay?
It's okay, Prof.
Good. Then Amanda, challenges faced by students moving from grade 3 to grade 4. Amanda, who is your sample? Who are your sample? Is it learner or educators?
Learners, Prof.
Good. So you can say learners' experience on transition. Learners, grade 3 learners' experience of transition to grade 4 in a selected school at Sarah Batman District. Grade 3 learners' experience in transition to grade 4 or learners' experience. Don't say grade 3 now. Learners' experience in transition from grade 3 to grade 4 in Sarah Batman District. So we know that you are sampling the learners there. Learners' experience in transition from grade 3 to grade 4. So that means that you are using grade 4 learners while asking them how was the experience while they were in grade 3. That is that, Amanda.
So, Doc,
go ahead.
Transition. It's learners' experience transition from grade 3
learners
to grade 4.
Learners' experience of transition from grade 3 to grade 4 in Sarah Batman district.
Okay, Prof.
So that transition is the phenomenon. Grade 4 is the site, the participant, location, or the site is Sarah Batman. Amanda again, teacher's view regarding the issue of learners with dysgraphia at Amatole Gold. Teacher's view regarding the issue of grade 4 learners or grade 5 learners or grade 7 learners. Just put the grade. Put the grade, Amanda. That settles it. Then Kanyinsile, the effect and barriers of teaching English as a second language to grade 4 learners. Now, remove the barriers, then you use those barriers as your sub-research question. What are these barriers? Is it resources that are not available? Is it teaching strategies? Those are what we are going to use to answer this problem. So just say the effect of teaching English as a second language to grade 4 learners in Willowville. So don't let us know whether there is barrier now. Let us know when you go to the field to collect data to let us know whether there is barrier or not. Zandile, lack of leadership. No, you can just say lack of leadership. You can't say lack. Benati, I will ask you to talk now. You cannot say lack of leadership skill. Just say leadership skills in school management. Leadership skills in school management is like a topic of a textbook. It doesn't show us any problem. Leadership skills in school management, and so what? So Sandile, get another topic or recast it. View of life skill teachers views of life skills teachers in teaching sex education in intermediate phase in Ndansani primary school. If it is, it's a qualitative because we are looking at the view. So give us 1 grade in intermediate phase. Give us grade 5 because you can't give us grade 6 is an examination class. You can't give us grade 4 is a starting of the intermediate phase. So preferably you take grade 5. Grade 5. If you are looking at a GED, you take which is 7 to 9, you take grade 8. If you are looking at FET, which is 10 to 12, you take grade 11. Don't take examination class because of their preparation for exam. They may be busy. They may not be able to answer your question. Then Zovuyo, factors affecting grade 12 learners on natural science performance in Zoelisha selected school. It's good. Selected schools. Wonderful. Then the study of the attitude and experiences, you can't take the 2. Naidu, you can't take the 2. You take 1. Experience of teachers in dealing with children with physical impairment in the classroom. Experiences of the teachers in dealing with which level of the children and which place. That's it. That's what is lacking in that title, Naidu. Which level of the student and which place. Then teachers' perceptions on lack of parental involvement. Teachers' perceptions on parental involvement in early childhood education in OR Tambo. Don't say lack of parental involvement. Teachers' perception on parental involvement in early childhood education in OR Tambo district. That settles that. In Yameka, teachers struggle with inclusive education in rural area. That is not a topic. There is no problem there. There's no location there. And there's no sample there. It's like a textbook topic. Teacher struggles. No. How are you sure they are struggling? Does literature tell you that they are struggling? So that was why I said you need to read literature before you come out with your topic. The impact, Alungile, impact of the change of language of learning and teaching in grade 4 learners' academic achievement. Remove impact. Just start with language of learning and teaching in grade 4 learners' academic achievement in Ndansani Education District. So just say language of learning and teaching, LOLT. You put it in bracket after you have written it in full, LOLT. So when you are writing everything in your body of the proposal, you can be using LOLT. Younger again, the effect of teenage pregnancy on academic performance in one secondary school. You can't use the effect effects for one secondary school. In a selected secondary school, in selected secondary schools, the effects of teenage pregnancies on academic performance. In selected secondary schools in Sarah Batman, use quantitative. Lusanda, since you said we must first read articles and identify gap, now do we ask sub-research question based on the gap? Can I change answer to main research question and make sub-research question? Yes, you are making sense. You can do that. Literature will tell, look, when you are reading literature, the literature will show the problem, that there is a gap. Then your topic will come from the gap. And some of the things you read in the article will serve as your sub-research question to answer the gap which you have created, which is the problem. So CP, perception of grade 5 educators on relationship between, I think I've seen something like this. If I've seen something like this, please take another topic, or if you are the same person, let me read it. Make sure your topic are not the same. Perception of grade 5 educators on the relationship between, I've seen somebody who said classroom climate and discipline. So if you are not the one, CFA, change another topic. But by the way, let me see whether it's good. Also, anything perception, anything's opinion, anything experience, anything view, they are all qualitative. Anything impact, effect, factors, they are quantitative. Please take note. So FICO, educators' level of knowledge and educators' level of knowledge and attitude towards inclusion of children with special education needs in regular classroom in a selected school. How do you measure knowledge of educator? And how do you combine education, knowledge and attitude together? So just say educators' experience of the inclusion of children, just educators' experience or educators' opinion towards the inclusion of children with special needs, and so on and so forth. Kanyile, teaching strategies and poor performance of learners in mathematics. No. You see, this, at times when you are mentioning performance, we may be forced to use quantitative and may be forced to make it the effect, like a correlational study. So you cannot just say teaching strategy and poor performance. No. What I'm saying here is that you want to know whether teaching strategies lead to poor performance. So you have to change it. Effect of teaching strategies on poor performance of grade 6 learners in mathematics in the Afrenzo district. So you look at that. Zovuyo, factors affecting grade 7 learners on natural science performance in judicial selected schools is quantitative and is a good topic. Babuzize, Zander, effect of scholar transport. Effect of scholar transport of grade 12 learners in is not a good topic. What do you mean by that? You can speak. If you have opportunity to speak, Jabani. Effect of scholar transport. What by scholar transport? So look at that. Maybe you want to talk about absenteeism as a result of late transportation. Look at that and write another topic before we call it a day. Learners experience apostrophe after X. Apostrophe after X. Learners experience of transition from grade 3 to grade 4 in Sarah Batman. Please, if I've corrected your title, don't repeat it again. Just take note, because it will take all my days, it will take all my time. If I've corrected it, don't repeat it again. Listen to that correction and go and correction, please. I want to see new topic here so that you not exhaust me here. You see, you not exhaust me here, please. So, in Yameka, challenges faced by mainstream schools with special needs learner. Which level of the learner? Then where is the site? Where is the site? Where is the participant? Please take note of that. Then the effect of multi-grading on academic performance of grade 5 learners in literacy. Wonderful. Good topic, Zimaza. Good topic. Then
Thank you, Prof.
You don't, yes. Is it fine I use the name of a school? No, just a selected school for anonymity. Under the ethical consideration, you don't name the school. You don't mention the school. You don't mention school. So, those who have raised up their hands, any question before we call it a day? Benati, are you still there? You can ask your question now.
Thank you, Prof. Afternoon, Prof.
Yeah.
My question is, when you said we should not include the name of the school, my topic is like this. I said the impact, but you have corrected me, Prof. Thank you. It's like this now. The effect of infrastructure on the performance of learners in selected school in Amatole West District. So now, is it fine if I say a case study at Lingele to full service school?
No. Leave the case study alone. When you get to the scope of the study, inside your proposal, you will tell us the topic again. You tell us those numbers of students. I mean, you are using the site, the participant, and the case study you are mentioning. Just a selected school in Amatole West or BCCM. Don't mention the name of a school. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. And another question, sir. You said in Dobana, in the sub-research questions, I should use different types of infrastructure. Now the challenge is the infrastructure I'm talking about is the infrastructure of the school, the building of the school. Our school is being built, sir, and then we are using the other classes. We are sharing classes. The teachers that are entering from 8 to 12, and then there are other teachers that are entering from 12 to 4:30. So now the infrastructure is about the school.
Hello, colleagues. Are you still there?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So,
Yes,
Benati, is that okay? My network.
Did you hear me, Prof? Did you hear my second question, sir?
Yes. What's the second question now?
What I was trying to ask is when you said I should use different types of infrastructure when it comes to my research questions. So I was saying the infrastructure I was talking about is the school. The main problem is the school. We are sharing classes because of infrastructure. The other side of our school is being fixed. So we are sharing classes now. So that's the main challenge.
Then you need to read literature again to know what are the infrastructure challenges. So what you have now is shortage of classroom. Okay. So your first question is that how does the shortage of classroom affect student performance? Then you look at other infrastructure problem. How it is. You see, why do sporting facilities Benati, is that okay?
Yeah, Prof. I think your network has issues.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
I said,
yes, Prof.
Look for other problems of infrastructure. Don't limit it to shortage of classroom alone. Look at other infrastructure problems and use those problems to serve as your sub-research question. I've given you an example of number one that you have identified, which is shortage of classroom. And I say, how would the shortage of classrooms affect learners' performance? Then, in what way, or why
Thank you so much.
sport activities or sport equipment. So look at more infrastructure problem and use them to be your sub-research question.
Okay, Prof. Thank you so much.
Okay. So guys, Amanda, let me listen to one or two more people before we call it a day. I'm using my own phone data now. My modem data has finished. I'm using my phone data now before it finishes. Amanda, your question?
I'm trying to open the mic. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Doc?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, Doc. My question, my topic was like teachers' views regarding the issue of learners with dysgraphia. So you said I must be specific with the grade. Might be grade 4 or grade 5. So I'm in foundation phase. I'm wrong if I say in foundation phase, since they have this problem from grade 1 to grade 3. Since I'm teaching grade foundation phase.
No problem. You can use foundation phase, but make sure that why we always select a grade is because we want it to be specific. Then if you want to use foundation phase, that means you have to ask questions from grade 1, 2, and 3. So if you are asking to pick 8 students, 8 learners, maybe 2 from grade 1, 2 from grade 3 from grade 2, and the remaining 4 from grade 3. No problem about that. So Sandile, factors affecting grade 3 learners literacy problem in, why are you bracketing literacy problem? You do not need to bracket it. In Sinomonde primaries, don't mention school. Factors affecting grade 3 learners literacy problem in, give us the location. Don't mention the name of the school. Where was the school located? In a selected school in Amatole West, BCCM, Mdansani, Lusikisiki. This is what you need to complete it. Sandile, is that clear? So guys, we are meeting on the 5th of June physically, where you will submit your assignment 5th of June physically, and those who did not do the test will do their test physically as well on the 5th of May, Saturday, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock for 10:30 class. 10 o'clock for 10:30 class. Please let us take note of that. Siyanda, foundation phase learners reading proficiency in English FAL is influenced. No, you can't write it as if you are writing sentences. See? Foundation phase learners reading. Who are your sample? If it is educators' perceptions of foundation phase learners reading proficiency in English FAL in Kakadu. Or I don't know what I mean by that. So that is all you need to do. Amanda, your hand is still up? Okay, thank you, Ziyanda. So guys, have a nice day. This is where we are going to stop the class. Enjoy your weekend. Check the slide on Blackboard. Then I will try to see if I can send the recording to you as well. Or to Sisipo, then she will share it with you. Bye for now. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Prof.
Thank you, Naidu. Thank you. Kanyile, thank you.
Thank you,
Lusanda,
sir.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lusanda. Sipe, thank you. Zimasa, are you still there? You are talking.
Yes, sorry, Prof. Sorry,
Okay,
Prof.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to ask, is my topic qualitative or quantitative?
Which one now?
The one that was talking about the
yes, it can be both. It can be both. You can use any of the two. But if you have changed it the way I mentioned it, it will be qualitative.
Be qualitative.
Yes, when I say educators' experience of foundation phase learners, so it will become qualitative.
But the way that I put it, the grade, because I said
the
grade
way
5.
Come again.
The way I put it, because I've limited to grade 5, because you said I should choose one grade. So
yes, it's still qualitative. It's still qualitative.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prof.
Yes.
Thank you.
When you limit yourself to a grade level, it's qualitative. When you say a selected school, it's qualitative. Grade 4 in a selected school, grade is qualitative. But by the time you are using impact, effect, factors, impact and effect is quantitative. Factors can be mismethod, but opinion, experience, view, perception, they are pure qualitative.
Okay. Okay, Prof.
So
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.